In this video, we're going to create the article creation form template. So let's head on over to our source app and create component HTML file. I'll hit Control B to get rid of the sidebar. And we'll start off by creating a div of class article container once again, and then pass in a form. And we create a form group attribute. And we bind it to article FRM, which we defined in our component class. And then we use an event of ng submit when the form is submitted. We call our add article method that we created, and we'll pass in our article FRM value. Now we're also going to pass in an ng if equals article form. Okay, so next in here, some familiar HTML, row expanded, also a div class of small 12. And we're going to create a label of article title, put in an input of type text. The name is title. We're also going to use form control. We bind this to our article form controls and pass in title, which is this particular input. Next, we also use the attribute form control name, and we bind it to title. Let's also close out our label. All right, next we'll have a second label with description. And this time it's going to be a text area. The name is content. The ID is content. This is required. And form control equals article FRM controls content. Form control name, once again, is content here. Close out the text area and close out the label. Okay, so just underneath these, we want to show a validation error message if they didn't meet the validator requirements. So to do that, I'm just going to put in div class of alert. And we're going to put in an ng if article form controls title valid. So it's saying if it's not valid, double ampersands, article form controls title, we add touched. That also means that it has either been touched or it has been selected or focused. Then we're going to show this message here. So I'll just put it on the next line. You must specify a title that's at least 10 characters long. And we're going to do the same thing here for our description. So I'll copy it and paste it. And we're just going to change this from title to content. And we'll just leave it the same way here. All right, finally, we're going to have an input of submit. Classes a CTA, BTN, and filled. Value, we'll name it post article. And we'll make this disabled if article form is not valid. All right, great. So let's go ahead and save. Okay, so now before we test this out, let's bring back our sidebar with Control B. And let's head on over to our app module. And we need to import the forms module and reactive forms module from the Angular Forms library. So real quickly, we'll just come up here. I'll import forms module and reactive forms module from the Angular Forms library. Now we add each of these as an import and save. We also need to visit our routing file and we have to import the create component and set up a path for it. So I'll take this, copy it, create component, and I'll copy this one up here, paste it here. We're going to name this path create, and this will be create component, and save. So let's go ahead and give this a test. Let's go to our console, run ng build. We'll visit the browser. All right, we'll click on add an article. Here's our form. And if we click on it and then click off, we'll see that it will show our validation error right here. Same thing with our description or our content. So now if we just type in, here is an article title, I'll copy this, paste it twice, and post article. And there we go. Here's an article title along with our description. All right. So now in the next section, we're going to get the edit article button, in which we will use the same add an article create component in form to edit our articles.